they think are chasing a cat in a dream. But the dog was not running or asleep. The dog was dead.
Get away from my dog!
There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Mrs.
I
Shears.
got that far.
I think someone killed the dog.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years, 3 months, and 2 days.
And what precisely were you doing in the garden?
I'm talking to you.
Okay. Well, what were you doing in the garden in the first place?
I was holding the dog.
Did you kill the dog?
I did not kill the dog.
Terrific. Young man, I'm gonna ask you to stop making that noise and stand up, please, calmly and quietly. Marvelous. Great. Just. Ah! I'm arresting you for assaulting a police officer.
Is that in case I have anything in them that I can use to kill myself or escape or attack a policeman with?
That's right.
I've got a Swiss Army knife, but I only use that for doing odd jobs, not for stabbing things or hurting people.
Jolly good. A piece of string.
A piece of a wooden puzzle. 3 pellets of rat food.
1 pound 47.
A red paperclip.
A key for the front door.
A Swiss Army knife with 13 attachments, including a wire stripper, a saw, a toothpick, and tweezers.
Could you take your watch off, please, Christopher?
No,
I'm sorry, Christopher.
I need my watch to know exactly what time it is.
Give it here, lad.
Ah!
All right, son, you keep it. Do you have any family, Christopher?
Yes, I do.
And who is your family?
Father and mother, but mother is dead. Grandma Burton lives in a home because she has senile dementia.
Right. Do you know your father's phone number, Christopher? Christopher, Mr. Boone, could you come this way, please? I've spoken to your father, and he says you didn't mean to hurt the policeman. Did you mean to hit the policeman, Christopher?
Yes.
But you didn't mean to hurt the policeman.
No, I did not mean to hurt the policeman. I just wanted him to stop touching me.
You do know that it's wrong to hit a policeman, don't you?
I do.
Did you kill the dog, Christopher?
I did not kill the dog.
Do you know that it's wrong to lie to a policeman and that you can get into a great deal of trouble if you do?
Yes.
Do you know who killed the dog?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes, I always tell the truth.
Right. I'm going to give you a caution.
Is that going to be on a piece of paper, like a certificate that I can keep?
No. A caution means we are going to keep a record of what you did. That you hit a policeman, but it was an accident.
But it wasn't an accident.
Christopher, please.
If we get into any more trouble, we'll take things much more seriously. Do you understand?
Yes. I've decided I'm going to try and find out who really killed Wellington, because a good day is a day for projects and planning things.
Who's Wellington?
Wellington is a dog that used to belong to my neighbor, Mrs. Shears, who is our friend. But he is dead now because somebody has killed him by putting a garden fork through him. And I found him. And the police thought I had killed him, but I hadn't. So he tried to touch me, and I hit him. Then we had to go to the police station.
Gosh.
And I'm going to find out who killed Wellington and make it a project, even though Father told me not to.
Did he?
Yes,
I see.
I don't always do what I'm told.
Why?
Because when people tell you what to do, it is usually confusing and does not make sense. For example, when people tell you to be quiet, they do not tell you how long to be quiet for.
Christopher, if your father told you not to do something, maybe you shouldn't do it. Well, we're meant to be writing stories today. So why don't you write about what happened to Wellington?
Okay, I will. Do you know who killed Wellington?
Who is Wellington?
Mrs. Shears' dog.
Someone killed her dog?
With a fork.
Jeez!
A garden fork.
Oh,
Do you know who killed him?
look, do you really think you should be going around asking questions like this?
Yes, I do, because I want to find out who killed him. And I'm writing a book about it. Do you know anything about Wellington being killed?
I heard about it yesterday. Dreadful, dreadful.
Do you know who killed him?
No, I don't.
Well, somebody must know, because the person who killed Wellington knows they killed Wellington, unless they had senile dementia.
You're Christopher, aren't you?
Yes, I live at number 36.
We haven't talked before, have we?
No, I don't talk to strangers, but I'm doing detective work.
I have a grandson your age.
My age is 15 years, 3 months, and 3 days.
Well, almost your age. Would you like to come in for tea?
I don't go into other people's houses.
Well, maybe I could bring some out here. Do you like lemon squash?
I only like orange squash.
Well, luckily, I have some of that as well.
Wellington.
What did I tell you, Christopher? Keep your nose out of people's business.
I think Mr. Shears probably killed Wellington.
I will not have that man's name mentioned in my house.
Why not?
That man's evil.
Does that mean he might have killed Wellington?
Okay, Christopher, I'm gonna tell you this for the last and final time. I'm gonna quit asking Miss Shears about that bloody dog. I'm gonna quit this ridiculous bloody detective game. Make you promise me, Christopher.
I think I would make a very good astronaut.
Yes, mate, you probably would.
To be a good astronaut, you have to be intelligent, and I'm intelligent. You also have to understand how machines work, and I'm very good at understanding how machines work.
You also have to be someone who would like being on their own in a tiny spacecraft, thousands and thousands of miles away from the surface of the Earth. And I really like small spaces.
And know that there's no one else near me for thousands of miles.
Was very good friends with Mr. Shears. What is this?
It's a book I'm writing.
Is that true? Did you speak to Miss Alexander?
Yes?
Christopher, how stupid are you? What'd I tell you, Christopher?
Not to mention Mr. Shears' name in our house, not to go asking Mrs. Shears or anyone about who killed that bloody dog, to stop trespassing on other people's gardens, and to stop this ridiculous bloody detective game. Except, I haven't done any of those things. I just asked Mrs. Alexander about Mr. Shears because we were doing chatting.
Oh, don't give me that bollocks. You knew exactly what you're bloody doing. Remember? I read the book. What else did I say?
I don't know.
Come on, memory man. Not to go around sitting nose on other people's business. But what do? You go around writing up the past every Tom, Dick, and Harry you bump into.
I was just chatting with Mrs. Alexander. I wasn't doing investigating.
Ask you one thing for me, Christopher. One thing.
I didn't want to talk to Mrs. Alexander. It's Mrs. Alexander who... Ah!
You used to go to bed at night because you were still playing with it, and you played with it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I liked remembering that a lot. I'm so sorry, Christopher. I hope you don't stay angry with me forever. I think about you all the time. Lots of love, your mom.
I was really confused. Mother had never written a letter to me before, and Mother had never lived in London. I looked at the front of the envelope, and I saw there was a postmark, and there was a date on the postmark, the 16th of October, 2015, which meant the letter was posted 18 months after Mother had died. When I started writing my book, there was only one mystery to solve, and now there were two. I decided not to think about it anymore that night because I didn't have enough information, and I could easily lead to the wrong conclusions. I counted out the letters. There were 43 of them. I took one and opened it. Inside was this letter.
Dear Christopher, I said that I wanted to explain to you why. I was not a very good mother, Christopher. Maybe if things had been different, maybe if you had been different, I might have been better at it. Do you remember one time when we went shopping in town together? We went into Bentel's and it was really crowded, and you were frightened because of all the people in the shop. And so you crouched down on the floor and put your hands over your ears and were in the way of everyone. And I told you to behave, and I tried to pick you up and move you, but you started shouting and everyone was staring. And I was so cross because you wouldn't let me touch you, and we just had to wait until you stopped screaming. And I remember that night I just cried and cried and cried. And your father was really nice about it at first, but I said I couldn't take it anymore, and he got really cross. And he told me I was being stupid and said I should pull myself together. And so I hit him, which I know is wrong, but I was so upset. We had a lot of arguments like that. And after a while, we stopped talking to each other, and I felt really lonely.
And that was when I started spending lots of time with Roger.
And I know you might not understand any of this, but I wanted to try to explain so that you knew.
We had a lot in common, and then we realized we were in love with one another.
I said that I couldn't leave you, and he was sad about that. But he understood that you were really important.
I thought you told me your mother was dead.
I thought she was dead, but she is still alive. Father lied to me, and he killed Wellington.
Is your mother here?
Mother is in London.
So you're going to London on your own?
I think I'm going to do that, yes.
Where's your father at the moment, Christopher?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps we should give him a ring. I'm sure he's worried about you.
I don't know. She lives in London.
But where in London?
451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG.
Have you got a ticket?
No.
So how precisely are you going to get to London then?
I have a cash point card.
Is this your card?
No, it's Father's.
Father's.
He told me the number. It's
3558.
How about you and I take a stroll of the cash machine, eh?
You mustn't touch me.
Why would I want to touch you?
I don't know.
Well, neither do I.
Please insert your card. Enter your personal number. Please enter amount. 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds.
How much does the ticket to London cost?
About 20 quid.
Please wait, your transaction is being processed.
Where do I get a ticket for the train from?
In there.
I want to go to London.
Single or return?
What does single or return mean?
Do you want to go one way or do you want to come back?
I want to stay there when I get there.
Single then, that'll be 17 pounds.
When is my train?
Platform 1, 5 minutes.
Where is platform 1?
Through the underpass, up the stairs, you'll see the sign.
Underpass means tunnel, Christopher. In your head, imagine a big red line across the floor. It starts at your feet and goes through the tunnel and walk along the line. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Left, right, left, right. Is this the train to London?
I do not get paid enough for this.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Is this London?
Indeed it is.
How do I get to 451C, Chapter Road, London, N225NG?
Take the tube to Wilson Junction.
What's a tube?
Are you for real? Over there.
Stand behind the yellow line.
I know,
Train be very noisy.
I know,
It'll really scare you.
I know.
Try not to let it. Watch what the people do. Watch how they get on and on.
Yes.
Figure it out. Get the rhythm right. Count the trains. Train coming. Train stop. Doors open. Train going. Silence. Train coming. Train stop. Doors open. Train going. Silence. Train coming. Train stop. Doors open. Train going. Silence. Train coming. Train stop.
Doors open, train going, silence. Train coming, train stop, doors open, train going, silence. Is this train going to Wilson Junction?
Warwick Avenue, Maida Vale, Kilburn Park, Queens Park, Kensal Green, Wilston Junction. I don't care whether you thought it was funny or not.
Judy, look, I'm sorry, okay?
Well, perhaps you should.
You weren't in, so I waited for you.
Christopher?
What?
Christopher! I'm so sorry, Christopher. Where's your father, Christopher?
I think he's in Swindon.
But how did you get here?
I came on the train.
Oh, Christopher, I didn't ever think I'd. Roger, don't just stand there.
Are you gonna come in or are you gonna stand there all night?
I'm going to live with you because Father killed Wellington with the garden fork.
Come on, Christopher.
Come on then, soldier. You'll catch your death out there. Well, it's nice to know that my contribution has been appreciated. You think you're so clever, don't you? Don't you ever think about people for 1 second, eh? Well, I bet you're really pleased with yourself now, aren't you?
Ah!
I'm so sorry, Christopher. I promise this will never, ever happen again.
Where are we going?
We're going home.
Do you mean home in Swindon?
Yes.
Are we going back so I can take my maths A level?
So you're Christopher's mother.
That's right, and you're.
I'm Siobhan. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Are you okay?
I'm tired.
He's a bit upset.
About the A level you said.
He won't eat, he won't sleep.
Yeah, I spoke to Miss Gascoigne after you called.
Does that mean I can still take my A level?
I think so. We're going to have to call Reverend Peters to make sure he can still come in this afternoon. Is that what you want to do, Christopher?
I want to do it.
Exciting, Christopher. Now, the exam will last 2 hours. Please turn over your paper, Christopher, and begin.
1, 8, 27, 64.
Are you all right, Christopher?
I can't read the questions.
But can you see the questions?
I can see the questions, but I can't read the questions. When I look at the words, they all seem confused.
Christopher, stop groaning. Catch your breath. Count the cubes of cardinal numbers again.
1, 8, 27, 64.
Now, have another go.
Show that a triangle with sides can be written in a form where n squared plus 1, n squared minus 1, where n is equal to 1 and is right angled. I don't know if I got all the questions right because I was very tired and hadn't eaten any food. So I couldn't think properly.
Thank you.
What for?
Just thank you. I'm very proud of you, Christopher. Very proud of you. I'm sure you did very well on the exam.
I don't like waiting for my A-level result.
Yeah.
Mother doesn't get home from work till 5:30, so I have to go to Father's house between 3:49 and 5:30 because I'm not allowed to be on my own. I push my bed up against the door in case Father tries to come into the room. Sometimes he sits outside the door for a while. I don't answer him. Sometimes he talks to me through the door.
Christopher, look, things can't go on like this. I don't know about you, but this just hurts too much. And you need to learn to trust me. And I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if it takes 1 minute one day, 2 the next, 3 the next. It takes a year. Because it's important. It's more important than anything else. Let's call it project. Project we're gonna do together at first. It's gonna be very difficult. That's because it's a very difficult project. But I promise you, it'll get better. And I got you this present to show you I really mean what I say. To say sorry. Because well, you'll see what. He's 2 months old.
Your father's going to look after him here, but you can come and take him out for walks anytime you want.
Does he have a name?
No, you can decide what it is.
Sandy. He's called Sandy.
We need to go now. You can come back tomorrow and see him then.
Right.
Well, what does it say?
I got an A star.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yes, it's the best result.
I know. How's your dog?
He's very well, thank you.
That's good. How are you getting along with your father?
He brought me a book which is called Further Maths for A-Level. He told Miss Gascoigne that I would take Further Maths next year. I'm going to pass it and get an A star. Then, in 2 years, I'll take A-Level Physics and get an A star. Then, I will go to a university in a different town. I can bring Sandy and my books and my computer with me. Then, I will live in a flat with a proper garden and toilet. Then, I will get my first class honorary degree. Then, I will be a scientist. I can do these things.
I hope so.
I can because I went to London on my own. I solved the mystery of who killed Wellington. I found my mother. I was brave.
You were.
And I wrote a book.
I know. I read it.
Yes. Does that mean I can do anything, do you think? Does that mean I can do anything, Siobhan? Does that mean I can do anything?